Hey everyone, thank you guys for joining me for another video. This is Living History Militaria, and today I'm rearranging my room a little bit, kind of going through some stuff, and I had all my World War I helmets set out on the floor, and I thought, you know what, now would be a perfect time to do a collection video on all my World War I American helmets. So, got, I believe, 9 U.S. helmets. We got 3, 6, 7, 8, and then there's one up on the shelf that I don't like to move too much. But let's go ahead and dive into these. So I think that there's just something visually, aesthetically pleasing about the World War I helmets, just all around. The fact that they were taking ideas from old medieval age archer helmets and knight helmets and other things, and they didn't really have an idea of what to go in with, so they were taking ideas from all the way in the past, and it's, the turn of the century, and modern warfare is starting to make, its rear its ugly head up into modern times, and it's brutal, but there's just something about the World War I helmets that I really like, especially the painted insignia ones, as you'll see here. I have all of these tagged with all the information, but I have 2 good examples of the standard, well, decent examples of the standard issued M17 Doughboy and the Mark I Brody. Difference being the Mark I Brody was produced in Britain, and the Doughboy was produced in the US. And right here we have a good example of the Doughboy. This one right here, M17 Doughboy, heat stamp is ZC181. There's a whole bunch of different makers for World War I shells, and you can find the charts online. But this is just the shell, no liner. This bale right here is kind of frozen in place. This one, I think, swivels. Maybe it doesn't. That one might be seized up too. Way you can tell the difference between if you have an M17 Doughboy or a Mark I Brody is if I flip the one next to this one over. You can take a look at this one. It's got a small impact mark right here on the brim, either from something hitting it or just sitting. But the underside of it is kind of folded in a little bit, so leads me to believe that something had impacted the brim. This one's in rough shape. These ones, the bales do swivel a little bit. This one's kind of bent out of shape over here. Heat stamp on this one is FS11. But back to the differences, you can tell if you have a Mark I Brody, because the pins that come in through the bales right here are kind of forked out. There's 2 in there, and then they get pulled out like that. So you have a single pin that goes in through the top, and then you can kind of see it. These 2 marks right here are where the ends of the pin are bent outwards, whereas the Doughboy was just a simple rivet right through. So this is a one-piece rivet right here. So you can just see it's just a little ball. The ball end of the pin right there and right there. So that's one of the best ways to tell if you have a Brody or a Doughboy. But 2 decent examples. This one's got a bit of shine to it still in some angles. You can see kind of my shadow blocking the light here on the front. It's got a sheen to it. I really like all the different colors and textures on all these. This one's missing the brim around it, but still you can tell. Let's see here. We can go in order of divisions if we want. Starting off with the 1st Infantry Division right here. This is missing the pin to the top that would secure your liner padding in place. But take a look at the painted insignia. This one is pretty smooth all the way around. I think there's a little bit of corking right here on the front, but still retains the rim. And if we flip it over, Again, no liner, just the shell. M17 Doughboy. YJ132 is this maker's stamp. This right here. This is a better look at the Doughboy pin system here on the bales. But I have a better example of a Brody as well. Next up would be the 3rd Division right here. A lot of heavy corking texture on this one, the sand texture. Very nice 3rd Infantry insignia on the front. There's the pin, and if we flip this over, this one still retains the liner padding. So, as you can see there, a little bit of the strap that's left. Bales still move on this one. This one is named, actually, to a Joseph Bates from Brockton, Massachusetts. And the heat stamp on this one is ZA197. So I have the matching canteen, which is actually right up there. So that's pretty cool. I got a good deal on that one. Up next would be the 5th Infantry Division, which is right here. Still has some of the sand camouflage texture on it, but you can still see it reflects the light. So a little bit of a bald shine to it. Again, no liner on this one. A little bit of the liner strap remaining, but here's a better view of what a Mark I Brody pin system looks like right here. You got those 2 little flanges that come in and are hammered out. Mark I Brody, 5th Infantry Division. Heat stamp is FS167. There's also a 23 written in chalk or something on the inside of there, so not sure exactly what that is. Right in front of that would actually be my first ever World War I helmet. This is the 6th Infantry Division. As you can see there. This one's probably got the most faded paint on it, but I really like this one. You can see where the texture's kind of faded away over the years. No liner in this one, but it does have the liner padding and a bit of the old strap right there. Again, Mark I Brody. The heat stamp on this one is HV516. So, pretty cool. Got a good price on this one as well. I got a decent price on all the painted helmets as long as they're just the shells. Once you get up into liners and whatnot, it gets a bit more pricey, but I just like the look of the outer shells. And speaking of, actually, I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to skip the 27th and go right to the 30th. This one is pretty smooth all around, but it's got this awesome, like, rusty sheen to it. It's very standoutish from all the rest of them, which are kind of, you know, grayish green. This one's more like a rusty bronze. It's pretty cool. What's left of the 30th Infantry Division there, you can kind of see it. It's better. The light kind of kills it, but... And flipping it over, this one doesn't have any bales, but you can still see it's got the Mark I Brody pins. It's got a little, it's got the nut for securing your padding there to the top of that. That's about it on the inside of this one, though. And this one is FKS8 for the maker stamp. Now, this one right here, I'm going to save for almost last because it's probably my favorite. This one right here, painted with the 27th Infantry Division logo. Pretty smooth all around. It's got some paint scuff marks or something here on the backside, but the front is just in absolutely beautiful condition. Flipping it over, this one actually has a complete liner in it, still in decent shape too. It's still attached. Chin strap right here, Has the soldier's ID number in there, who is a local Syracuse guy, which makes this extra special right here. So he was with the 105th Ambulance Company, and his name was Charles J. Tomlinson. ZF45 was the heat stamp, and I paid $200 for this helmet. On the inside, he has Tomlinson written right here and Chas J right here on this side. So I don't want to mess with the liner and stuff because I just don't want to, you know, this stuff gets really fragile over time. But the name on the inside, the number here on the chin strap, the beautiful insignia. This is, you know, complete liner and everything. This is definitely one of my favorite helmets in my collection, but probably my favorite World War I helmet that I have. So, and then I'm going to bring you over here because I don't like to move this one around too much because the gas mask is in pretty fragile condition. It's not falling apart, but I don't like to move it. This one right here is a Mark I Brody HS-73. A lot of the sand texture still attached, but you can see here where it's all missing is because of this ricochet. So from what it looks like is bullet or projectile came this way, hit, and ricocheted up, judging by the marks and everything and the indentation. So proving what this helmet was intended to do was deflect, you know, projectiles, not necessarily deflect all bullets, but, you know, hit the curvature of it and have it bounce off instead of penetrate all the way through. So that's really cool. And then unfortunately up here, we've got, let me see if I can turn the light on, there we go, 2 penetration holes right through the top. This still has the liner in it, and the holes go, as you can see, through the strap, through the netting, and into the helmet. So hopefully whoever was wearing this wasn't wearing it at the time of the incident, but you never know with this stuff. It's pretty crazy. But missing the rim right here, you can see where the texturing stops, but that's okay. I got this with the gas mask. The gas mask is named to somebody in the 9th Infantry Division. However, the helmet, I was told, did not belong to the same person, but they were put together, so it was sold as that. So I keep them together, and I love the look of this guy right here. So yeah, that does it for my World War I American helmets. I want to thank you guys for staying put for the whole video if you did. And if you're interested in seeing some more of my helmets, I did a video on my M1 helmet collection as well as my Stahlhelm collection, which I'm still moving stuff around, so forgive me for that. So if you guys want to see anything else, I might do a bayonet and knife collection if you guys are interested in that. I also have patches too, so let me know what you guys think. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next video.